Thank you so much. Thank you.
They found my stolen dirt bike. That potion, I'm so done with holy ghosting. My birth it is in
We're at. Where are we now?
I'm showing.
How does that even happen?
This is your police department. You all sent us the heat confirmation for a yellow motorcycle.
I'm so freaking happy my bike's back. Yeah, watch this. This mug's gonna be taken apart, like left, right, sideways, crashed.
What if he just like put it down and didn't even touch it?
I really hope that they found the guy. I'm pressing charges against that mug. The guy was taking it on a test drive and he never freaking came back. He had a whole elaborate plan and everything. So to start the story off, there's probably a few red flags I could have gone off of. So what happened was, I was selling the bike. This guy told me that he wanted to come look at it, so he wanted me to stop by his work. I pulled over there, unloaded the bike, started it up, make sure it was all good. So he finally got out, walked out of the building. I showed him the bike. He talked about it. He was well-rounded. He knew what he was talking about. He's like, do you mind if I take it on a quick test drive? This is where I went wrong. Is I said yes, and I didn't have any cash in hand, which that's the big lesson I learned here. He drove up the road, back down, drove up, looked back at me, stopped, and then he took off into the neighborhood next to him. So I went into the shop that he worked at. I was like, hey, do any of y'all know this guy that just came out and wanted to buy my dirt bike? Every single one of them said, I don't know who he is. I've never seen him before. He had an elaborate plan planned out, and he got me pretty good. All right, guys, so it is currently Monday. I'm going to pick up this dirt bike because I don't know. Oh, look, there's Logan. There's Chase. It's no longer the thought of where is it? That's the biggest thing, is I'm gonna have closure. That's all I really wanted to hear. So now that I got it, I'm gonna go pick it up. Let's see what condition this thing's in. So I'm here now. Just talked to some guys. They told me where to go. Oh gosh. So I have some military vehicles, an old cop car, old Humvee. This is the green work truck. It's supposed to be right up next to this. Oh look, that's where it is. Oh yes. Look at that. That's freaking insane. They destroyed this thing. That is insane. This bike was in such good condition when I had it before. I don't even know what to say about it right now. Golly, there's a seize notice right there. Oof. This thing's in such bad condition right now. I don't even know what to say about it. Man, this bike was in such good condition when I was going to sell it. Kickstand's gone. It's a piece now. RMZ 450 for you. This bike's been crashed a lot. Took this bike and destroyed it. Wow, I don't even know what to say. They painted it. That's too bad. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and load it up. So here it is, guys. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. Check this thing out. This bike was complete, full fenders. They even took off the skid plate right there. Airbox is completely gone. I don't even know what happened there, but they completely took the airbox off. That's all loose. Broke the welds on that and tried to re-weld it. That's freaking great. Never let someone take your bike on a ride without cash in hand, I'll tell you that. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna load it back up into the truck. I mean, it was such a nice bike. If y'all were to see beforehand, it was a smoking nice bike. That motor does look to be in bad condition, leaking oil everywhere. Lesson learned, for sure. Well, I got it home, survived the ride home. You can see part of a do-rag, it looks right there. Zip ties, metal ties, holding all this stuff together. It's to be expected. I'm just gonna keep my awareness up doing deals, but this is just insane. Oil all up inside of there. Parts broken off. There used to be a red chain guard there. That's gone. Pretty much lost all hope for it. But you never know. Some good things may or may not come out of it. You never know with this kind of stuff. Golly, this thing's trashed. So what do you think about it?
Dude, they scrapped the out of that thing.
You know what it looked like before, right?
Yeah.
There it is. This is my piece. Golly, this thing's been trashed. So now I gotta see what's wrong with it other than that whole thing right there. And then go from there on basically what we're gonna do with it. I wanna come up with a name for it, but I don't know what yet. But let me just show you some things about this bike. These tires were brand new before I was trying to sell it. This here, there was guards here, the grips completely messed up, the brakes completely loose. The bars, obviously the bike's been dropped. When I had it, it never was dropped. Like the exhaust, you can't see, but inside there, that is the open air box. There's supposed to be a box there and then a filter on top in front of that. But for some reason, they cut that out. I don't know why they did that, but they cut it out and wrote it without an air filter. So there's mud and grime all up inside the intake. So definitely gonna have to take apart the carburetor and clean all that. The seat it's perfect. It's an O'Neill seat, and I guess if it can last that, then it can last anything. This is the paint job that they decided to put on just the rear fin. I don't know why they did that, but okay. There's oil all over this. There used to be a red chain guard right here. And that's gone, don't know where that went. The sprocket down here is obviously destroyed. If you can see the teeth on that thing, they're not there. Chain has tons of play in it. These guys didn't do anything except for if something went apart on it, they tied it back together with metal ties. You can see right here, they use metal. Scratch that, that's not even a metal tie, that's just like electrical wire. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and take it apart and see how bad it really is and see if it's worth salvaging. So here's some of the stock parts that I had. When I was going to sell this bike, I was gonna give them away with them, but they rode off with it on the test drive, so they obviously didn't take these. Here's a stock clutch, some plastics for it, nameplate. I think I just fixed the bike. I bet it'll ride now, start right up. This right here is gonna be useful. I can slap that on this side. Not half as bad. Look at that right there. It's a freaking dirt bike now. You can definitely tell. Not anymore. Now it's a piece of junk. I would kick it over, but it has a Recluse clutch on it, and a Recluse clutch is an automatic clutch, so you can't bump start it. The only reason I would bump start it is because the Kickstarter is broken off, which that was perfect too. I don't know how that got broken. So when you grab some tin snips and some dikes, you know you're not going to take apart a dirt bike that's built right. Just cutting these wires now. All right, got that guy cut. Just taking off the first bolt. Wow, that's pretty long. A little bit longer than it should have been, but whatever. So let's get this seat off. Check out the real damage. See if there's anything under here. Making sure there's no drugs. Golly, never know. Golly. There was a bolt in here before. There's no longer a bolt in here. Oh. It broke the frame. I guess that's good. It's not the whole frame. Golly, I've never seen a bike so bad off. All right, so I just pulled that bolt out. So here this is. Oh my gosh, that's bad. Yeah, this definitely used to be all yellow. Guess it's not too bad. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. Well, I got the gas tank off. Leaked gas all inside of there because one of the lines was broken. Let me check this right here. There's no coolant in there as far as I can see. That's empty. There was a spark plug boot on this at one point, so I don't know where that went, but I'm definitely gonna look for it. Let's check out the bars. Like I said, this is broken off. Obviously, they knocked it over doing wheelies on the street. This hot start is definitely broken off. This is gone. There's a piece of little trash down here. Whoa. That does not look like an object that should be in my possession right now. That looks like a freaking crack rock. Oh my gosh. That is a legit crack rock. I don't want to get my hands all over it, but I'm almost positive this is a crack rock. Oh no, it definitely is. Inside of my dirt bike. The person who stole it was on crack. Got it. This bike's name? Meet Crack Rock. The freaking dirt bike. Go ahead and pull the spark plug out of there, or at least just the cap. Oh boy. Everything on this bike has been tampered with. I really hope they didn't get into the motor because there's just electrical tape taped all over this spark plug cap. So these two bolts were super tight, praying that this thing is in some sort of good condition. You know what, I'll just put that there. Moment of truth here. All right, here it goes. You know what? That does not look bad. Oil is definitely oil, but I'll tell you one thing, it's been getting oil. It threw time. That's exactly what happened. That's why they don't own this bike anymore. It threw time. Check that out. Time and chain, done for. Well, this could go one of two ways. They destroyed it, or they didn't. So let's check that out. All right, so this guy right here is the bolt that covers the flywheel, so you can set time right here. I already took this one off. I had to use this extension right here to get it up broken loose because it was super tight. Most likely gonna be some oil dripping out of here, hopefully. Never mind. So let's see if it's locked up. Moment of truth. There it freaking goes. Ladies and gentlemen, most likely gentlemen, because I don't have any girls that watch this, look at that. She is not locked up. I am uber happy. Holy crap. That makes my day right there. All I gotta do is find time right here inside that timing mark and time the bike back up, and I guarantee you she'll start. I'm just trying to bend this so it breaks that metal. Got a better idea. Certified cutting glasses, Ray-Bans. Here we go. That feels great. Hammer on a $450 exhaust. Screw your FMF. Wow. Comes right off. This is $450. Oh, look, the air box.
There we go.
Look at that. That is the air intake. There's supposed to be a filter right there. Right there. I think they thought that was like better power. So let's go ahead and see if we can get it further down and get it in timing. So you want to hear a little bit of science. Working on motor parts, and you really don't want to work on motor parts with an impact because shakes it, and that's bad for the block. Crack it, you could do strip things out, which is never good. So what we need to do is get rid of torque. Usually the longer your extension, the less torque you have. Let's slap this guy on there.
Oh, it's working. It's out, dog.
It's out.
It's out.
So timing a dirt bike's pretty easy. That's what I'm doing right now because the bike is definitely not locked up. The motor actually feels great. It feels like there's compression. However, it did skip timing for sure. So there's 2 notches and there's 1 notch right there. You can see, and you gotta line that notch up with inside on the flywheel. And then you have to line those notches up with the cams, a dot right here and a dot right there. Pull that up, now you can see it. So now there's dots on both sides and you have to count 15 links from this to this, and there's 15 links in between there. So now you gotta tighten your cam chain tensioner and then you should be able to fire it right up. So currently got the bike back in time. Kickstarter is broken. This right here has been broken off. It was just sitting up here like that and pulled that off. I haven't found a socket that's able to fit that. No like regular socket will fit. However, it's a far stretch, but I think it might just possibly work. Tell me that does not look close.
Those are pretty close, dog. Stick it on there, dog.
Let's start this thing. Can you start a dirt bike with a drill?
We're about to find out. It said nah. Now you're stressing, aren't you?
So we got these Husky adapters. So what I'm gonna do is grab this adapter right here.
And it broke.
Made it run all the way to Home Depot. All right, so I'm gonna try and start this now that I got impact attachment for it. There's a lot of compression. Yeah. It did.
Did it break?
Yep, it did. Man. So Brent, remember a long time ago how my dirt bike got stolen?
Yeah. That's the Suzuki?
That's the Suzuki, dog. I got it back. They were running it with no air filter.
It's probably toasted on the inside.
Dude.
The bike was like brand new whenever you had it.
I know, it was in such good condition, and now it's freaking toasted. All right, I got Crack Rock out here, and as you can see, this thing is super dirty. I just want to clean this bike up, so I got the power washer out here. I'm using this gunk engine cleaner. I'm just gonna go ahead and clean the whole thing up and see what we can do from there. No mercy, I'm spraying everything. Oh, also another thing, I have a plug in my exhaust. I also have a plug and a bag over my intake, so that way nothing can get inside of those. Just gonna pinch that tight enough to where you know there's gonna be nothing going through there, and just let it hang and I'll wash it all, and I'm gonna get new lines and everything for it, so it's not gonna be too big of a deal. All right, so the whole bike's sprayed down with degreaser. I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit. Well, she's cleaner than she'll ever be as of right now. It's clean, that's for sure. Looking at this motor, yeah, no more oil and dust and corrosion and mud and oil and more oil. It's finally off of there, most of it at least, as much as I need to get off for now, till I can see if it runs. First, I'm gonna dry it off with a blower, bring it back in the garage, and then see where it goes from there. All right, guys, so if you like this right here, me getting this bike back, this video, please give a like, comment. Let me see if y'all wanna see more about this, the process of getting this thing back to run, because it's going to happen eventually. As of right now, the bike's clean, back in my hands, super stoked about that. Has good compression, retimed it. As of now, I'm just waiting on a Kickstarter for it because this Recluse clutch right here is an automatic clutch, so you can't bump start it. I'm thinking about taking the original clutch and putting it back in it since I still have that, and seeing if I can get the bike started, but I'll do that in the next video. But as of right now, I made it as good a condition I'll be able to get it in for now. Don't forget to leave any feedback, but until then, thank you very much and send it.
In the fire, get ready to take it higher. Real nigga coming out your amplified. Y'all want every black man to be rich and pride. Why these weapons fuck up and turn into shy, huh? Cell phone became your brother. Internet replace your mother. You leaving homies on red. It's no wonder all your friends dead.